welcome. Let me let you get going here. Welcome to this thing of ours. Oops, hang on a minute. Hang on a second. Hang on. Let me shut this down. Hang on. That's me. I'm telling myself, shut up. Shut up. There we go. All right, kids. Are you ready for Freddy? So much, I don't even know where to start. Where do I even begin? I'll start off with the beginning. I was listening to just now one of the best, probably one of the best discussions I have heard in a month of Sundays. And that is that of Steve Bannon and Tucker Carlson. And it was absolutely superb. Just superb. I'm still listening to it. I commend to you this very important discussion. Absolutely critical in so many respects, for so many reasons. Look at this. Everybody's here. Polka dot, snarky. I would change that name, but what am I? Finding Dory is here. Everyone, like and shared. Thank you, my friends. You all forget Trump was a Democrat before he stabbed Clinton in the back. I don't know what that means. Great way to start off. Avigdor, 1970, the Shah of Iran signs deal with the West for 20 nuclear reactors. Siemens began building them. 1979, the Shah raises oil prices. He had to go. No. You think the Shah had to go because of that? Are you serious? Let me start off the back. Do you think that the powers that be, the internecine powers that be, actually wanted him versus the Ayatollah? Come on, what are you talking about? Here's one. Robert Hudson writes, Max Blumenthal. What about Max Blumenthal? That's the beautiful. In any event, my friends, in any event, this is where people just say things. Oh yeah? Well, the food pyramid came out in 1980, and you don't have that. What does that have to do with anything? I don't know. I just point things out to let you know that I know things. Oh yeah, and Operation Ajax in 1953. Kermit Roosevelt. What about that? I don't know. I just say these things. Listen to this wonderful piece. President Trump is going to lose MAGA, his base. Focus on this. Yes, the petrodollar was affected. AFFECT. It was affected, and was it causally connected or was it affected? I'm just pointing this out. Well, what are you saying? I don't know. I mean, I want to work with you on this, but what are you suggesting? That there was a coup to bring back? Do you think the oil interests were better with the Ayatollah in there? Come on, man. Let me see this. Max is also to be listened to. Yes, but for different reasons. You understand that, right? Max Blumenthal, you know what Max Blumenthal's focus is, right? You know what Max Blumenthal's focus. Max Blumenthal is not about MAGA. Max Blumenthal, he is an anti-Zionist, dare I say pro-Palestinian, and to an extent anti-Bibi, if there is such a thing. Do you understand that? You do know that, right? That's Max Blumenthal. Max Blumenthal is over here, Tucker Carlson and over here, and over there. You understand that? You got that, right? Just to let you know, I like to read this. Okay. Avigdor doing cut and paste here. By the way, do something. Go to a piece of history, any arcana, copy and paste it. Put something about the endothelium is an area within the lumen of the artery that affects hydroxylase and the blah 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 blah. Got to understand this? Just put it in. Just put something in there. The Wehrmacht, when Senator Gary Hart met with Angleton regarding the JFK, just throw that in there to show people how smart you are, even though it has nothing to do with what's going on. Make the Dream says, let's make the reality of the dream great again, Unc. Well, that's going to have to be if Trump gets off this war footing. Gets this war footing. This is the most ridiculous thing. If Trump honestly goes along with blasting and blowing up Israel, excuse me, Iran. This is this. Remember the pillars, the position, border security, no endless wars, make America great again, you know, that sort of thing. This Tulsi Gabbard, just before she's in charge of the DNI, what other 17 or 18 different agencies? Tulsi Gabbard was saying, we're not going to go to war. Even she doesn't know. What's happening? Knock this crap off. Trump hasn't betrayed anybody. Guy McFarland. Guy, why hasn't Trump violated or betrayed MAGA? Go ahead. By the way, just Guy McFarland has the floor. Make it. Thank you, Uncle Lenny. No, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Why do you think, let me go back to this. Guy McFarland, why do you think Trump has not violated one of the profound, at least the early tenets and platforms of the MAGA principle? Go ahead. I'm waiting for you. Go ahead, Mike, Guy, rather, excuse me. Go ahead, Guy. Let's give Guy the floor. Come on. Guy wants to cut the crap out. Come on, Guy. Let's go. Come on. Come on, Guy. Let's go. I'm waiting for Guy. Guy wants to cut the crap out. All right, Guy, tell me why endless wars, why blasting Iran? What? I'm not even talking about Ukraine. Let's wait for Guy. Guy's nowhere to be found here. I don't know. See, some people just love, I think I might have hurt your boyfriend. There's this thing about don't say anything bad about Trump. Trump is violating his tenet, not mine, his. This doesn't make any sense. Tulsi will resign soon because she doesn't want the Trump neocon swamp surrounding her to tarnish her ahead of her possible presidential bid in 2028. She's not going to step down because if she steps down, she will be always known not as a player. She will be looked as a kind of as a quisling. No, she's not going to step down. She's not going to do that. You're on the wrong side of this. Matthew Parker. Wrong side of what? See, nobody is saying anything. Nobody is saying, well, here's why Trump is correct. This is why blasting and invading and having an endless war with Iran, this is why it makes sense. Anybody? I'm waiting. You'll never hear anything. You'll just say, don't talk about that. Trump is a great guy. Don't say anything about him. Trump is great. That's my boyfriend. That's my boyfriend. Okay, I love Trump. Why is he right? Thank you, Carlos Herrera. Come on. Wild Bill's only concern, his only concern in this is, I didn't get notified. Has nothing to say other than I didn't get notified. Or I did get notified. I have nothing to say, but I did get notified. Come on. The Iranian Revolution in the 70s was a Marxist revolution, but turns out they were useful idiots of the Islamo-fascists. Bullshit. It's their party. Do you honestly believe? This is, you know who you sound like? Laura Loomer does it. By the way, I think Laura Loomer is great, but she is so wrong about this. About the Islamists. Islamo-fascist is an oxymoron. You understand that, right? Islamo-fascist is an oxymoron. Completely. Makes no sense whatsoever. None. Once Trump betrayed Elon, I knew he was on the wrong track. How did Trump betray Elon? I cannot believe the level of simplistic, childish, and I say this with all due respect, almost this super simple, unidimensional levels of, well, they didn't, that's, he's my boyfriend and he betrayed this one. And no, it doesn't work like that. Who is in charge of this? Freedom says, Lionel, let me ask you, why is Trump been called a racist white president, sending illegals back to their homelands? They know damn well if American citizens go to Mexico, we can't stay permanently. Freedom, thank you for your generosity. The reason why is because they have picked anything they can pick to slam Trump. He's a xenophobe. He's a racist. He's a homophobe. He's a transphobe. He's a white racist, a white nationalist. It doesn't make any sense. This doesn't work. How about the not the three kings, the no kings version of this? What was that all about? No kings? That was the worst. This is the best they have. They don't really care about this. And frankly, I wouldn't worry about that in the least. Robert Hudson says, we are not at this point because we have not stopped them. Trump is now indistinguishable from the others who gave in. We won't get to be told why he colluded in spectacular, disgraceful fashion. With whom? With whom? Oh, Mike is rubbing against the vest. Sorry about that. Thank you, Kevin. No brains. Worst of all, he's a phobophobe. Thank you so much. That would be a misophobe. Actually, that would be a fear of germs. Why wasn't there uproar when Obama kicked out 400,000? An excellent point. Tech Nikki, thank you, Tech. Who do you say Trump works for? I still don't believe Trump understands how things work. It's like the Angleton line, that wonderful line about in fact, they refer to it in the art. Listen to this great conversation between Tucker and Bannon. They're so right about this, about my father's kingdom has many mansions, many rooms. So there's many aspects to it. I don't think Trump really understands it. I think it would seem to me that the person he's listening to 100% seems to be those folks who, like Lindsey Graham and others, either are owned by or sympathetic to the AIPAC cause. Make the Dream says, Roseanne Barr, grow some balls, Trump. Roseanne Barr. Roseanne Barr is a wonderful person, but I don't think she would be the first person I went to regarding Middle East provisions. Is Trump an idiot? No, Trump is not an idiot, but he's naive in some respects, or he doesn't care about certain things, or I don't know what the word is. The bottom line is simply this. As a president, I'm saying we are not going to go to Iran. I'm going to cut all military funding, all from Ukraine and Israel, 100%. 100%. We're not going to be a part of this. You can argue whether this is a genocide or not. It's a massacre. You like that? Let me ask you something. How many folks here believe that what is happening or what has happened in Gaza is not a genocide? And cite me any particular reasons based upon the official definition, legal definition of a genocide. Tell me why it is not such. Okay? Go ahead. Trump is trusting his advisors. Bad move. His advisors are going to send him down the river. Trump sounds like an idiot in the mist, not the mist of a war, preemptive strike that he knew all about, and still talking, get back to the table. And he goes, yes, he actually was lying ostensibly to Iran. Now, most people say, who cares about Iran? Because they're horrible. What about the dead Israelis? The dead Israelis what? Not a popular subject, Mr. L. Sorry, Maria. Sorry. Would you like popular? What's a popular subject? What do you think is a popular subject? I'm 100% for the president. But you have got to be paying attention. There's a lot of people who are saying, this is not MAGA. This is not, remember, don't personalize this to President Trump. I think there's so many things that he does which is terrific. But when it comes to this, it's the worst. Make the Dream says, this isn't about Trump, it's always a follow the money. Yeah, but it's also about Trump sometimes thinks that when he does something, it almost is the correct thing by virtue of the fact that he did it. It's like when people say, it's like when Nixon said, if the president does it, it's not against the law. Trump is going to blow off the rest of the G7 masterclass in troll. Saul Alinsky has this tactics. Okay, Robert Dish, tell me the Saul Alinsky. That's another one too. I've already been through this, Saul. What tactics of Saul Alinsky are you referring to? And people will say, I don't know. I just say Saul Alinsky. What does Saul Alinsky do? I don't know. He something or other. He leftist or, but everybody uses these tactics. Left, right, populist, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I know, but normally at this point in the conversation, I'll throw in Marxist or something. I'll throw in Saul Alinsky. Saul Alinsky has nothing to do with this. Moosey, they've been getting old. They've been getting old for this entire past year. They've been getting, I know this means. I quit watching Fox when Tucker got fired. I absolutely cannot stand Hannity. Rules for radicals. Yes, we know rules for radicals. What did Saul Alinsky say? Not what did he write. You trust a terrorist with a nuclear weapon. Ryan says everyone is experiencing cognitive dissonance on this Iran situation. Neocons, MAGA, and the left are trying to use it, hoping it will fracture his support for the midterms. Ryan, an excellent point. Let me ask this question. Follow me on this one and see if you can do it. I know you can. Do you think that the world would be better if Iran did not have a nuclear weapon? Yes. Is there anybody here who thinks that the world would be better if Iran had a nuclear weapon? Anybody? Anybody? We got that? We got that one? You got that? The answer is no. Good. What's the next question? Is war with Iran the best way to handle that? Do you think a war with Iran, do you remember what Pakistan just said? You know what Russia just said? You know what China just said? You're going to start a war. They're going to tell, it's going to be as follows. They're going to say, listen, United States, we know it's not you, and you know it's the, what did they send, the Nimitz? The Nimitz about to be decommissioned. Don't be surprised if something happens to that boat. What they're saying is this, Mr. President, we know what you're doing. And we mean the United States no harm. But be advised, if you want to see what happens, watch what we do to Israel. I don't want this to happen. Do you think Iran is some kind of a backwards, kind of a backwater country that doesn't, it's a big place. Do you think they don't have any weapons? Do you think they've exhausted their stockpile? Do you? No. Do you think that they have, do you think that Iron Dome has been very effective? Nope. Nope. This was the most prized possession they had. Nothing got past Iron Dome. So why do you think Israel, in particular, Bibi, would be taunting them? Because he says, I know America's got my back, and I've got your battle carrier group, and I've got your weapons, and I've got your. It's the only reason why he do this. Nobody else is helping him. So Bibi basically is saying either I know you're going to watch my back, or I know that if the shit hits the fan, you're going to be there protecting me. Now, do you want, going back, do you want to send American troops to Iran or that area to protect Israel, or anybody for that matter? You could throw in Ukraine. It's not just Israel, it's Ukraine. Who wants to? Who wants to? Right now, write down, answer my question. Who says, you know what, let's just cut to the chase. Let's just send American troops right now. Anybody? 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 Answer this one question. Who wants, let's get right down to brass tacks. Who wants to? Jim says, hell no. K-Man says, no foreign entanglements. King Chunga says, not one. No way, Jose. Lionel, please tell it like it is. There is no leader that cares. Okay. Nope. Nope. Come on. Who wants to send American troops here? You said, but Iran shouldn't have a nuclear weapon. Okay. So what do you want to do to back that up? Want to send American troops? No. What are you talking about? No. No. F no. 9. That's N-E-I-N. I think you meant that. Kinsey Graham. I don't know what that means. Why ask a dumb question? Us little people, only people with no family in the military? Nope, nope, no, come on. People are saying we have to. Iran can have a bomb. Okay, do you want to send American troops there to take care of it? Nope. No troops. Bunker busters, yes. You want to have bunker busters? Okay, so if you send a bunker buster, do you think they're going to sit back and say, well, that's it for us? They beat us fair and square. Iran probably already has a nuclear weapon. Iran? I don't think so. Nimitz will be the Liberty. Very good, Lewis. Very interesting. Sort of, yes. Lindsey Graham just carrying the torch for John McCain. So the answer is nobody. No, people say no. Well, if you don't want to send American troops, so the bottom line is simply this: then you are not for this nonsense. This is ridiculous. Okay. And if Russia stands up, if Russia says, you know what, we're going to jump, Pakistan's going to help Iran, and what they're going to do is they're going to go after Israel, not us. And Israel will say, hey, help us out here. We say, well, no, this is your deal. Oh, no. I say, oh, wait a minute, hang on, baby. We gave you the weapons, but we sure as hell never agreed that we'd be, no, we're not going to send troops to Ukraine or Kyiv or Donetsk or Lugansk or Zaporozhye, no. That's where this is where this is leading, right? That's what they're talking about. And then Trump says, Iran better, what's Trump threatening Iran for? Question number one, what has Iran done to us? Now, I don't like Iran. I don't want to go to Iran. I don't know it. I think they do some horrible stuff. A lot of countries do. Yep. So what has Iran ever done to us? What? Are we still sending money to Ukraine? Yes, Bradley, of course. What has Iran, tell me the threat that Iran poses to the U.S. Tell me. Anybody? The embassy thing? How about their embassy? How about when the Iranian embassy in Damascus was hit by Israeli troops? That's an act of war. Oh, yeah, you forgot about that. Anybody? Anybody? They want us dead. A lot of people want us dead. We want a lot of people dead. I don't care what people want. What has Iran done to us? Tell me. What? Iran nationalized Iraq. Let me ask you this. What has Iran done to warrant war or being attacked or being bombed or being obliterated or being nuked? Tell me what. Tell me. 444 days. Do you know who they took hostage? That was a CIA outpost. You do know that the CIA, that the members of the embassy in Iran, these were CIA operatives. They knew this 100%. Does that bother you at all? Well, what if we had China? What if we had China? We found out that China had a post. In fact, there was some time a while back where they said that people in, how do I say this? That people in Iran, no, how do I say this? People in China, there was an embassy where they said they had 100%. They had, what am I trying to say? Surveillance and eavesdropping. And they had spies, spy unit. What would you think about that? You'd be very upset. Remember that? Remember China? Years ago, who was it? The Waldorf Astoria? When they sold it to China, a lot of the presidents used to come into the Waldorf. And the reason why is that the Waldorf had this underground, you could drive in. I think years ago it was FDR who did it. FDR came in, he drove in his car, and I think it might have been a Roosevelt too. In any event, so when there were talks about allowing different events at the Waldorf, they said, "Oh no, that's China now. China probably has it wired for sound." So my point is, what do you think the Iranians think about us? See, we sit back in our beanbag chair, in our boxers, our wife beaters, covered in Cheeto dust, clicking and saying, yeah. And we say these things about, they want us dead or whatever it is. And it's this boorish kind of a ham-fisted, drunk at the end of the bar kind of nonsense. It's this lunatic at the end of the bar. And what happens is, I don't know what happens. It turns into this Fred Flintstone kind of attitude. The bottom line is simply this. America first. What do you not understand is, anybody? America first. America only. I don't have a beef with any other country unless they attack us. Sorry. We have, 750 bases in 80 countries? Enough. That is bullshit. Bullshit. You got that? Do I make myself clear? Listen carefully to what's happening to the president's staunchest of acolytes and supporters who were saying to him, you are out of your mind if you continue this insanity. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Now, my friends, coming up, remember, July the 19th at the Cutting Room, yours truly takes the stand. Takes the stage. Tickets are available. Wait a minute. Ryan says, haven't we been in a proxy conflict with Iran via Houthis and other proxies? Houthis are Yemen. And Houthis have a beef with us because of what we are doing, according to them, what that we are doing regarding, or what's being done, not us per se, but what's being done to Palestinians. Houthis are very, very, very serious people. See, we always laugh at them as they're some kind of, but they have that, what is it called? The gates of not the gates of terror, the gates of passion, whatever the hell it's called, right there that leads up to the Red Sea and the Strait of Hormuz. That's what we're talking about. So anyway, bottom line is simply this. I take the stage. July 19th, tickets are available. Go and look at the description section. Thank you for that. And also, dear friends, dear friends, thank you for lending your opinion. I love your vociferousness. I love your obstinacy. I love your contumacity. I love all of that. Please enjoy this. Please. We'll see you later on today about 9 o'clock. We'll be talking about a variety of stuff. Remember something. You are in charge here. The question is not whether you love the president. The question is whether the president loves you. Whether his policies are being, remember, was it 10 years ago? Yeah, it was 10 years ago that the president came down that golden escalator. He was dead last in, I think, South Carolina, dead last, and overnight #1. Remember what brought him to the dance? Don't ever let him forget that. That's why I voted. The moment the president changes course, I'm gone. I may sit it out. I may find somebody else. He works for us. He works for us. He's not our boyfriend. This isn't a fan club. It's not that we love MAGA and Melania. Yay! No. You may love him. But when he's a president, different story. He works for us. Don't ever forget that. We are the United States of America. And you better toe the line with us and the voters, or we will use our power of the ballot to boot your ass out of there, no matter who you are. Nobody gets a pass. We don't let anybody say it just because we like them or they're our favorite. No. You have to always earn our trust. It's like if you have a spouse. Anybody here ever been cheated on by a spouse? Once your spouse cheats on you, that's it. It's done. It's finished. Nice knowing you. Whatever happened in the past is done. It's over with. Okay? All right, my friends. Thank you for your incredible kindness. Thank you for the wonderful super chats and likes and the like. You were tremendous. We'll see you later on today. Don't forget, go right now to WABC, 77 WABC. Go to WABCradio.com. You can listen to it online. You can get the app. The app is the best way. And we're going to be talking about this. Never at this level. No. Because you are far too deep to grasp this. All right, my friends. Mwah! I love you best. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Don't forget the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you. Ta-ta.